The investigation into Charlie Kirk's assassination is also in sharp focus on Capitol Hill right now. I mentioned, and here it is now, that's a live look on the left side of your screen, FBI Director Kash Patel testifying in front of the Senate Judiciary Committee in an annual oversight hearing that was scheduled before Kirk's killing. That is worth mentioning. As I know in some places this is being sold, oh, he was called up to the Hill. No, this is already on the schedule. And no doubt they're going to talk about it. Kash Patel is heaping praise on federal and local enforcement for the capture of the suspected assassin.
I also want to especially thank our colleagues in Utah, Governor's Office, DPS, and the sheriffs out there. State and local law enforcement partnership has been a cornerstone since I took over at the FBI, and it was no different here. These people worked through the night without sleep for days on end. They are to be commended. They are not to be attacked. We cannot do our job without the American public and credible reporting in the media, and that's why Tyler Robinson is in custody today, about to face charges.
Justice Correspondent David Spahn. David.
Well, Harris, FBI Director Patel also revealed, relating to the Charlie Kirk assassination, that there were many more, in his words, than 20 participants in a group chat with the suspect, 22-year-old Tyler Robinson. The Kirk subject is one of several that he's talked about today. It's an oversight hearing, as you mentioned, previously, I should say, scheduled. It's really kind of a kitchen sink with a lot of different topics, and at times, the FBI Director has held his own. Watch.
Honored to be the 9th director of the FBI. I'm not going anywhere. If you want to criticize my 16 years of service, please bring it on. Over to you.
Now, relating to Charlie Kirk and Turning Point USA, Judiciary Committee Chairman Senator Chuck Grassley announced that he has some new info to show that Kirk's Turning Point USA was part of the investigation by then Special Counsel Jack Smith into President Trump's alleged attempts to overturn the 2020 election. Now, Patel, also Harris, discussing the Jeffrey Epstein case and what is perceived to be, from Republicans and Democrats, a lack of transparency by both the FBI and Justice Department into that case. Watch this.
I'm here to testify that the original sin in the Epstein case was the way it was initially brought by Mr. Acosta back in 2006. The original case involved a very limited search warrant or set of search warrants and didn't take as much investigatory material it should have seized. If I were the FBI director then, it wouldn't have happened.
Mr. Acosta, as he's referring to, is Alex Acosta, the former U.S. attorney in Florida who gave Jeffrey Epstein a plea deal, a non-prosecution agreement back in 2008. Epstein avoided jail. Acosta was then appointed President Trump's labor secretary during his first term. He resigned in 2019 when Epstein was found dead, and the news began bubbling up then. Patel facing several questions on several topics, and he'll do it all again tomorrow in front of the House. But this is the first real time we're hearing from him at length, taking a lot of questions, especially from Democrats. Back to you.
All right. Glad you were all over it. David Spahn, thank you very much.
Thanks.
Nicole Parker, former FBI special agent and Fox News contributor. Josh Ritter, criminal defense attorney, also a Fox News contributor. Great to see you both. Josh, I'm going to come to you first, and please set the table for us. So this is an important day. We'll see the suspect, Tyler Robinson, via live video.
Yes, in Utah they refer to it as his first felony appearance. We might otherwise know it as an arraignment, but he's going to be formally charged today. We're going to understand what those charges are, and we expect is what was in the arrest affidavit, that it will be weapons charges, obstruction charges, but most importantly, aggravated murder. And I say most importantly because an aggravated murder charge in Utah opens up the opportunity for prosecutors to pursue the death penalty. Now, we may not hear whether or not they in fact intend to pursue the death penalty today. They can make that decision at a later time, but with that aggravated murder charge, that is open to them.
Nicole, when we look at this case, there has just been a trove of information just dumped, and the public is seeing this too. What stands out to you that is critical to the charges against this person?
First of all, I believe that the FBI and all law enforcement deserves major kudos. This is not an easy task. It is quite daunting, and the evidence is just pouring in. Every single thing has to be reviewed, Harris. I think that Discord messages are absolutely critical because it was conversations pre-offense and post-offense. And so, you know, this note that is allegedly now disappeared, but is in some sort of forensic evidence that he said, I have the opportunity opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk, and I have to do it because some things can't be negotiated with. That is just absolutely horrifying and disgusting, but that is key evidence. And what's crucial right now is that initially, you've got witnesses coming in saying, hey, I was on this group chat. Now the FBI has gone in and gotten, search warrants that are necessary. You've got to get your evidence clean and clear, because this case will likely go to trial. I don't see this person signing a plea agreement, but
he's not even cooperating.
Regardless, it has to be ready for prosecution. Right, he's not even cooperating, and there's going to be a lot on the line, and potential death penalty. They're getting this case ready for the death penalty. I can tell you, having worked as an FBI agent, when it's death penalty eligible case, it takes on a whole new level. Everything will be done with perfection, but there is a tremendous amount of evidence pouring in. Witnesses, they are going to be interviewed. Kash Patel said every single witness.
I don't have a lot of time with you guys because I know, Josh, you've got to get back too, because you're actually in Utah. Discord messages. I want to hear from both of you on this. Nicole, I'll come right back to you. You said pre and post offense disappearing note. Now, is the ability to make something disappear on Discord part of that platform? Like a story and Instagram goes away in 24 hours, but it's always there because it's in your archive. It never really goes away, and that's how it's gettable. Talk to me about how you make things vanish online, or if that's even possible in this case.
Would you like me to answer?
Yes, please.
Okay. So I can tell you, in law enforcement, it can be tricky at times with some of these platforms to allow disappearing messages. As far as Discord goes, it originated as a gaming sort of platform, group chats, room chats for people that have similar views on things. That is going to be a task for law enforcement to do, but I have no doubt that they will get to the bottom of it. The other thing is that because you have so many witnesses coming forward as well, they likely still have those messages saved on their phones, on their devices, not disappeared.
Yep. And if you get to those people soon enough before they start killing stuff out, but there's still a footprint. So let's get to the law on that, Josh. How exposed are those individuals who were in the Discord chat? Because this has been a societal question now. Should somebody have turned this guy in? What is a if you see something, say something moment look like in the digital world?
Absolutely. What we're talking about is a conspiracy theory, the idea, or conspiracy charges theory, I should say, the idea that if people were in agreement, meaning they understood what he intended to do, and they either participated in that, helped him in some kind of way, promoted that, encouraged him to do it, or otherwise supplied him with some sort of aid in doing that, they can be brought up in charges as well. And I think that's why Director Kash Patel was so interested in that, because that could be the avenue to open up federal charges if those communications were taking place with people outside of the state or even outside of the country. That might open up the opportunity for the feds to get involved.
Wow. Okay. Compel those others in the room. I'm reading there could be as many as 20 people that they're looking at. I appreciate the expertise and time of both of you. This case is moving on, and we are all over it with the first felony appearance. That lingo that you've taught us today, Josh Ritter, appreciate that as we see the suspected assassin via live video later today. Thank you.
Let's go to Matt Finn. He's in Spanish Fork, Utah. He's got some breaking news. He just spoke with the Washington County Sheriff, Matt Brooksby. Matt, what did he tell you?
Well, John, Fox was the first to talk to the sheriff in Washington County on camera, and he gave us a lot of information here. Obviously, there's a lot of concern about the roommate of the alleged assassin. The governor here in Utah says the roommate was a boyfriend, someone who was transitioning. There was a name being floated around, but now the Washington County Sheriff tells Fox News who the name is of the roommate, and we'd like to play that sound for you.
Okay, so the individual that they came in contact with at the condo roommate was Lance Twiggs.
So Fox Digital had previously obtained that name through an unconfirmed source, perhaps a family relative. We now have a law enforcement official on record telling us that the roommate of the alleged assassin is Lance Twiggs, who the governor here says is a boyfriend. I did ask the Washington County Sheriff if anybody from his staff made note of of Lance Twiggs, if he was transitioning or anything like that, and the sheriff said that they don't have any information on that right now. Also, the sheriff tells Fox News that a lot of attention given to the dad turning his son in, but that the alleged assassin's mother was also present and is fully cooperating. The sheriff also telling Fox that the alleged assassin immediately asked for an attorney that night and did not make a confession, which the FBI Director Kash Patel and other authorities have also been saying that there was no confession on record. Also, coming from the Washington County Sheriff's Office, I would like to play the sound for you talking about what happened as far as once the suspect was taken into custody.
Do you know if Tyler ever made a confession to authorities, or did he remain silent once he was turned in?
My understanding is that he asked for an attorney, so there was no questions beyond that.
The roommate. Police interviewed Robinson's roommate, a biological male who was involved in a romantic relationship with Robinson. The roommate told police that the roommate received messages from Robinson about the shooting, and he did provide those messages to police. On September 10th, 2025, the roommate received a text message from Robinson which said, "Drop what you're doing, look under my keyboard." The roommate looked under the keyboard and found a note that stated, quote, "I had the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk, and I'm going to take it." Police found a photograph of this note. The following text exchange then took place. After reading the note, the roommate responded, "What? You're joking, right?" Robinson, "I am still okay, my love, but I'm stuck in Orem for a little while longer yet. Shouldn't be long until I can come home, but I gotta grab my rifle still. To be honest, I had hoped to keep this secret till I died of old age. I am sorry to involve you." Roommate, "You weren't the one who did it, right?" Robinson, I am. I'm sorry." Roommate, "I thought they caught the person." Robinson, "No, they grabbed some crazy old dude, then interrogated someone in similar clothing. I had planned to grab my rifle from my drop point shortly after, but most of that side of town got locked down. It's quiet, almost enough to get out, but there's one vehicle lingering." Roommate, "Why?" Robinson, "Why did I do it?" Roommate, "Yeah." Robinson, "I had enough of his hatred. Some hate can't be negotiated out. If I am able to grab my rifle unseen, I will have left no evidence. Going to attempt to retrieve it again. Hopefully they have moved on. I haven't seen anything about them finding it." Roommate, "How long have you been planning this?" Robinson, "A bit over a week, I believe. I can get close to it, but there is a squad car parked right by it. I think they already swept that spot, but I don't want to chance it." Robinson again, "I'm wishing I had circled back and grabbed it as soon as I got to my vehicle. I'm worried what my old man would do if I didn't bring back Grandpa's rifle. IDEK if it's had a serial number, but it wouldn't trace to me. I worry about prints. I had to leave it in a bush where I changed outfits. Didn't have the ability or time to bring it with. I might have to abandon it and hope they don't find prints. How the F will I explain losing it to my old man? Only thing I left was the rifle wrapped in a towel. Remember how I was engraving bullets? The F in messages are mostly a big meme. If I see notice bulge UWU on Fox News, I might have a stroke all right. I'm going to have to leave it. That really effing sucks. Judging from today, I'd say Grandpa's gun does just fine, IDK. I think that was a $2K scope. Wink, wink. Robinson again. Delete this exchange. Again, Robinson. My dad wants photos of the rifle. He says Grandpa wants to know who has what? The feds released a photo of the rifle, and it is very unique. He's calling me, RN, not answering. Robinson, since Trump got into office, my dad has been pretty diehard MAGA.